America and gentlemen, start your engine!
Well, here we are for another event from QSR Simulations, and I'm sorry to step over you there on Wesley, but we're a little bit behind, so we're going to try to get us as caught up as possible. Wesley Outland, Bradley Cooper up in the V-Speed booth, and as always here for QSR Simulations, it's another great weekend. Wesley,
it is, and we're all back together again, and I'm actually back in my studio. I'm not mobile like I was in Greensboro last week, so it's good that we can actually be able to hear each other and actually be able to keep up with everything on a very, very fluent flux like we normally do. Daytona was wild, obviously. What do we say about Charlotte last week? Charlotte was a wreck fest, no doubt about it, and now we're ready to see what these drivers will do here tonight in the Walker's Ridge 180. That is 90 laps coming up at the virtual 2-mile Auto Club Speedway in Southern California. And the field is gridding, as you said, and we're about ready to get the starting lineup going. As you'll look at the screen, the lineup is posted, and these guys are already getting ready. Let's introduce the lineup. Alan Dobbs is on the pole. By the way, he is the most recent point leader updated. Bradley Wilson to his outside. He's second in the points, and they're on the front row, ironically, after qualifying. Row number 2 on the grid will find Chris Otto in the 45, Tay McDonald in the 29. Row 2, row 3 in the V-Speed starting grid will find Jesse Gordon in the 110, Thomas Aaron in the 93. Row 4, you'll see Dylan Pickelsheimer in the 9, Al Likens in that number 3 car, and your top 10 as they roll into row 5. We'll find Bradley Brent Allen in the 13 and John Fike in the 65. There's your top 10.
Continuing on with Mitchell Costner, Austin Thomas, row number 6. Row number 7, Jared Ziegler, Justin Clapper. Back to 15th with Davis Greenwell, Ryan McCombs. 17 and 18, Jason Blaney, Johnny DePasquale in the top 20, Quentin Stewart and Tony Burlington. But here we go. We'll keep that grid going up on your screen as we get set and ready to go for week number 3 of the points racing. QSR Simulations Next Gen Series Season 3 is live from Auto Club.
Precision banking is something that we'll be talking about here tonight, obviously, as we work into the start of this race. They're on the back straightaway now as they thunder into turn number 3. Give it to Tay McDonald, man. He got a big jump over Alan Dobbs and company. McDonald quickly to the whip. He leads them now as they work their way off of turn number 4. 1 lap down, 89 to go. Lap 27, I was told, will be the stage break. And obviously, right now, Tay McDonald is the man that is up in front as they work back into turn number 1 here.
Yeah, the race analysis on the left-hand side of your screen. And interesting. Oh, we have problems in the back.
Oh, no. Oh, boy, the
45
45. That was the 45 turned around. He's spinning the O'Reilly Auto Parts entry of Chris Auto. Some other cars are zigging and zagging. They're trying to get away from the accident, but worse for wear, Chris Auto's car. Remember, no fast repairs in this series. Here comes a couple of more damaged and banged up vehicles starting to pull away, and we are under caution here early on lap number 2 of this race at Auto Club Speedway. Watch the replay here. Oh, boy. Man, there was actually more cars involved than what we thought here, Bradley.
45 goes around. It looks like a piece of it there from the 92. Man, evasive maneuvers there on the backstretch. 79 also has a piece of it. Let's run on board here. It's on board with Tony Burleson. We had a few EOLs as well here tonight. And some drive-through penalties that need to be addressed. The 110 there of Jesse Gordon just got T-boned on the backstretch.
You know, there was a lot of craziness that went on in Charlotte last week, and obviously we got to hash all that out as a lot of cars have to suffer penalties to start this race or had to go to the back at EOL penalties or starting off of pit road. But there's a look at what just happened here on the back straightaway, and then, you know, cars already getting wrecked here in the early start. You know, Auto Club Speedway is a memory. It no longer is reality, but, you know, thanks to iRacing, we are still able to make some awesome virtual memories here, and obviously tonight at the Walker's Ridge 180, we are doing just that. A fun racetrack, obviously. You know, it didn't have a lot of character when it was first built in the early 90s, if you will, Bradley, but as it got older and then they repaved it and then they added that more banking and the progressive banking, precision banking, it really changed the character and the strategy and the races, and I became a fan of it. Obviously, I think one of the best races was the last one when in 2022 Kyle Busch won the last one in February, but there it is, 2 miles in length, 3.21 kilometers, 14 degrees in the corners exactly, 11 degrees in the tri-oval off of turn 4, and then there's 4 degrees on the front straightaway. And actually, I want to say that's actually the 4-corner tri-oval. It's a very unique racetrack because it makes you think like you're going into like 5 turns the way this track is obviously made. But it is a very, very fun racetrack. It seems like you're always turning on the wheel, Bradley. And obviously, like I said, no longer as a real track, but we are making memories with it tonight here with the QSR Next Gen Cup Series.
A little fun fact about me, Wesley. This is one of my favorite racetracks on the service and in real life. But just driving this, it's similar to Michigan, and it's multi-groove. So there's no wrong way. If you find a pace and a line that works for you, run it continuously. You'll eventually find your way to the top 10. And that's what I like the most about this place is that you can run multi-groove. You don't have to follow the leader. And even in this car, you're going to see a lot of different lines all the way around.
Well, we had an early caution here as we were still working under the caution flag, and we're going to get everybody back in place and try to get this race back on the way. So real quickly, let's show you the race analysis. We did show it up there one time when we got the green flag started. I mentioned obviously race length is 90 laps. That's 2 miles here at Auto Club Speedway, which is 180 miles the distance. So 90 laps. Pit road speed is at 55 miles an hour. There are 5 sets of tires available. That is the set that they qualified on, plus 4 more on the pit lane to use. Take advantage of those tires if you get a chance to. One thing about this place, it is a cheese grater, abrasive on the tires. 2 attempts at overtime if need be. There will be a stage break at lap 27. They are using 100% fuel, so I'm thinking roughly, Bradley, if they're on the fuel and we don't get if we get a good green flag run, I'm thinking between 35, 40 laps on the tank of fuel that they could roughly run on. And then, of course, they are using the iRacing fixed setup here. And this is round number 3 of the season for the points.
Yes, it is. And we'll get a look at those points in just a moment's time. But right now, getting ready to go back green after that Little bit of a mix-up on the back stretch. Here we go with Tay McDonald, who took over the lead, and Alan Dobbs on the inside, 29, electing to start on the high line as we go into turn 1. Green flag back underway.
Yeah, back to the racing action again here, and we'll watch and see if things are a little more similar than what it was on the initial go-up starts. As right now, of course, the leader out in front is McDonald, Dobbs, Aaron Picklesheimer. Picklesheimer will now move up to that third spot. There's that precision fake, and then we got trouble again. Look out, trouble right out of turn 2. And there we go. Couple of cars smashing, crashing. The 65 and others going around. Time here. Oh, man. Well.
Pre-race jitters. That's what we're going to equate this to. 65 goes around of John Fike. I think this starts with 3 wide going into 2.
John Fike, Ethan Wisnowski, just some of the other cars involved. Watch the 22. I think that's Blaney. Oh, my. Wow.
Fike got loose on the high line there. He was kind of running that mid to high line and cut down the racetrack. I think he was chasing the car, trying to save it.
50 spinning down the racetrack from the top as well. There's another look at it.
Watch him try to chase this here, Wesley, all the way down. He's already stepping out. I don't know if air got packed on the right or the left side of that car. But Stewart involved.
Coming back from vacation, Quentin Stewart was.
Yeah. It's right on board with him.
Look at this. No, he just tries to, stay in the lane, goes right up the middle, and before you know it, the seas do not part, and he's in it.
Yep, left front tore off of that machine. He's coming down pit road. Tay McDonald still your leader. Christian Ruck Regal, I think, with a penalty here. He's kind of falling through the field. I don't know. Okay. I was wondering. It's like, I didn't really see the 33-2 involved in that. It looks like John Fike probably going to get the EOL, but nonetheless, Fike is down pit road, so it doesn't much matter. Ethan Wisnowski, Blake Giglio, who won at Daytona. Jesse Gordon has damage. We've already probably packed in 10, 15 cars here that have a piece of damage one way or another.
Yeah, a lot of cautions here in the, opening, 16 miles of this race, and obviously Push the Edge says such a momentum track. It's fast and fun. And I do agree with you on that. Push the Edge. Thank you. Jason Blaney says fueled up. Push the Edge again says ouch. Yeah, that's, it is a fast and fun racetrack. And, but there is the likelihood that we can see these accidents. And obviously, I want to say this, Bradley, get it out of your system now, right? Let's get these cautions out of your system. Let's get back to a good racing run. And hey, thanks for joining us on the V-Speed Network. Coverage of round number 3 of season 3 of the QSR Simulations Next Gen Cup Series. It is the Walker's Ridge 180. It couldn't Bradley Cooper, his color and host, and obviously the man running the boards. I'm Wesley Outland, and we welcome you as always. As this is just an awesome racetrack, man. I love this place. I think we're going to see a really good race once we kind of get these caution hiccups out of the way, Bradley. There's a look at the results of last week at Charlotte. Alan Dobbs even left Charlotte with the points lead. Bradley Wilson right there as well. And Wanted Goons, I would not be surprised. Wanted Goons is leading the way in the team standings, and there is a Wanted Goons Chevy, and there is a Wanted Goons Ford in the top 3 between Cavalier Racing right now in the team standings, sir.
We also have to talk about our secondary sponsor here tonight. This is Legion. It's Legion 34. It's a newly formed Discord server community that is centered around the Call of Duty franchise. But here tonight, I think right now they've got probably every kill streak you could think of already with 10 cars. It's just floating down the backstretch. I think coming out of turn 2 has been treacherous, but there's a shout out there to Legion 34 putting up here for QSR Simulations in the Next Gen series, and of course Walker's Ridge 180 So plenty of sponsors to talk about. A lot of people involved as we get set to go back green here in just a moment's time. Third time today that pace car's had to get out of the way, Wesley.
Yeah, we're about ready to see the field come back to the restart here, as obviously we have a sponsor for the restart zone as much as we have them for the Walker's Ridge 180 tonight. And of course that is the fine folks that is behind the Walker's Ridge Plantation restart zone as we go back to racing here. Back to it again here. Let's get a green flag run at our belt. Let's finish the stage, right? I mean, that's about 17, 18 laps from now. Tay McDonald back out in front on the whole shot. How about Picklesheimer? Look at this guy in the 9. Last week, good luck, bad luck, no luck for the 9. And right now, he sits in the 2nd spot in that Vans entry, started 7th. He's going to go after McDonald for the lead, possibly out of 4 here.
Side by side with the 54 of Doms coming off of turn 4, high line approach, and the 9 car looking pretty fast. He's already gained 5 spots, and he's going to test Alan Dobbs, who, after that race at Charlotte, I mean, defending champion. There was so much happening there last week at Charlotte, Wesley. I know you were in a different environment, so that probably added to it. This week, though, Auto Club, it's a little bit more forgiving.
It is, and obviously, you know, this place, you see the lines in the pavement as they dive off into the turn number 3 up the 14 degrees of banking into 3 and 4. We mentioned the word precision banking, progressive banking. That basically means that there's lines and lanes within lanes that you can jump from. You can go from the bottom, shoot to the middle or the top. You could go for 3 or 4 wide. You could do that here if you're brave enough. I'm not saying that you want to take that chance, but the track is wide enough as we watch this battle now for the 6th, 7th, and 8th spot between Likens. You're on board with Thomas, Allen behind. All of this going on. Now Philbrick will stick his nose in the gunfight on the outside lane as they'll dive into turn 3. But yeah, the lanes, it allows you to be able to have plenty of racing groove here. It's wide enough. Oh my goodness, in the wall. Oh no, Thomas. Austin Thomas shot into the outside safer barrier. No caution yet. Limping down the racetrack. Now the yellow flag will fly. That could have been a more incident of more cars, but the 35 took one hard shot into the outside wall there, Bradley. Oh, man.
This was air. I have to say it was either
Such a good run going for him.
Yeah.
Look at this. That's Justin Clapper. Oh, wow.
Clapper didn't touch him. I want to go on board with the 63. It looked bad from the original angle, but if we go back and watch this, Clapper never touched the back end of this car. 35 is going to dive to the inside. He'll get the run down in 3 and 4, but watch as he moves up the racetrack. It's going to kick out, and that's it. Snaps. Clapper never touched that car.
Now let's watch it again here. Look at the 63. Look at the 35. There's Thomas on the inside, and here is the move. Man, you know, part of me wants to say that Thomas bobbed a little bit, man. He got sideways, and like you said, maybe the air caused it. We're going to blame this on netcode, you think?
I think he just snapped loose. I think this car's stepping out before he even netcode's a factor. Let's watch it. Let's watch it one more time, maybe on the gyro camera. Watch this car just step up from the bottom lane. This is notorious for 3 and 4 in Auto Club.
I think maybe Justin Clapper's on board might tell the story also here. Let's. Wow, what a hit. Man, that reminds me of that Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano shot that they had back in the early 2000s over here at, watch this again. This is with Clapper, on board with Clapper. Here comes Thomas on the inside. I don't think he got into him. I think you're right, Bradley.
Yeah, I think he just stepped out, and to avoid getting contact, overcorrected. I mean, things happen so fast here at Auto Club.
Man,
That's a
I
tough
think
one.
I think he just jumped in the slipstream, and man, the dirty air, if you will, made him lose control, and into the wall he went, which is a shame because, man, Thomas looked like he had a really, really good car, and now he's probably done for. I mean, that hard of a shot into the outside safer barrier that he took, it wasn't pretty, and I got a feeling he's probably done for the race. Tay McDonald leads the way. Dylan Pickelsheimer, really solid run for him. He's in the second spot. Alan Dobbs is third. Al Likens in the 3-4, and now Aaron Thomas, or Thomas Aaron, is actually in the top 5. Justin Clapper, Ryan Philbrick, Brent Allen, Kenny Frisbee, and Bradley Wilson right now. Your top 10 as it stands. And it feels like we have had caution after caution after caution. We go across the country from Charlotte, from the East Coast to the West Coast to Virtual Auto Club Speedway, and we've had nothing but yellow flag fever since the green, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it was really clean there at Daytona. I know we had a long green flag run at Charlotte, but it took a while for us to get to that point. And I think we ran consecutively somewhere around 50 laps at Charlotte. But here tonight at Auto Club, we're already halfway through our stage, over halfway through our stage, and we're looking at 3 cautions, 0 lead changes. Tay McDonald's loving what he's seeing right now. He can continue to keep this tire set on the car all the way to the stage break. That's fantastic. And we were talking about the fuel numbers. Lap 27, a little bit short of that. Lap 35 to 40 is probably where we'll see them pit. But some drivers like to play that strategy where if they're not going to get stage points, they'll come down pit road early to kind of flip that strategy and be up front once we reset for stage number 2. That's where a lot of drivers gain their track position, and it's paid off in the past for previous people across this board.
We'll try to get this thing back underway, right? I mean, we still have a long way to go. We're about 11 laps remaining, completing the first stage. Remember, stage will be at lap 27, so thank you. Let's go Slightly Dangerous Motorsports. Give them hell, boys. Thank you, James Hudson. If you got a shout out for somebody on the track or one of your virtual buddies racing, family members or whatnot, put it in the chat. We'd love to hear from you, as we still have, obviously, a long way to go here at Auto Club Speedway. Pace car lights are off. Pace car is ready to drop on to the pit lane and scamper from the field. Field comes back to the Walker's Ridge Plantation restart zone. The Walker's Ridge 180, a big part of this race at Auto Club as we come back to green on lap number 16 here, Bradley.
Likens on the outside here for this restart. Dylan Pickelsheimer did not get going on that inside line. But the 3 of Likens is going to get a great run off of turn 2. He's going to make contact. I think the 9 pushed up into him, so a little door check there. Alan Dobbs has fallen back to 4th as they go into 3. Tay McDonald holds on to the lead.
Watch and see how this works out as they work their way now. McDonald up front. And look at this, already back to 3 wide racing in the back behind the leaders, and they are scattered. Here they come with McDonald coming back to the line. He'll lead the lap again, closing in on 10 laps remaining in the first stage. McDonald now, but Likens and the Oreo 3 to the outside as they work in 1.
Likens was all over the back bumper going across that front straightaway on board here with the 3.
There's Al Likens. Yes, sir. He's focused. Eye on the drivers to the left, eye on the track to the right in the small screen. And he started this race in 8th. He's looking to run down the leader. Tay McDonald as Likens now got a company. Here comes the 9 of Pickelsheimer, still on probation. As right now, the 9 working on the inside of the 3 of Likens. That goes on, battling for second, battling for the lead as they work again in 1 and 2.
Pickelsheimer has impressed me, but he's going to slide up in front of the 3 of Likens, and I think Al Likens didn't like that. He dove to the inside. He's going to get draft help from Dobbs. Battle for the lead with about 9 to go.
They'll work into that 3rd turn. It's McDonald in the top spot. McDonald inside. Likens, Pickelsheimer right there in that position as they'll work their way into the corner out of turn 4. Dobbs now going high, 3 wide, if you will, now for second spot as Dobbs goes all the way below the line, pulls up, throws the block on Likens and the machine of Picklesheimer. He'll go from the bottom to the top. We talked about precision banking. That's a perfect reason why you can do that there, Bradley, in 2.
I mean, Dobbs worked the momentum, worked the air. He pulled one car back with the side draft and got the momentum off the corner to pass the other way. So, Alan Dobbs, no stranger of getting around here at Auto Club. We got a car sideways, I think, back here. That's Galen Wunsch in the 199, just about 7 laps shy of the stage.
Caution will come out. Yellow flag will fly. I want to say this is the 4th one of the race now on lap number 20. Galen Wunsch going around there in the 199 Toyota. Caution flies. It's a single car accident. That's a good thing. At least it's not anybody more than that. Watch what happened though here as he works his way off of this second turn. Looks like the car just might have just, he tried to fight for a piece of room there and it shut the door on him. Wow. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, man. He was trying to pull up in front of somebody, and they ain't having it there, Bradley. Ah!
Now, Pike had the run. I mean,
look at this again. Wow.
I mean, I don't know if you could pin that on any particular guy. But Fike probably could have lifted out of the throttle. Wunsch probably could have stayed down a lane. Maybe they were trying
to... Look at that again. Yeah, I mean, do you call it on Fike? Do you say Fike's at fault? I mean, you know, you could definitely see he got into him. He wasn't lifting. So watch this again. John Fike was already in the fence, if you will. Fike into the safer barrier. He can't get... Go. And then there's, yeah, wow, well, oh boy.
I think a little bit more give, a little less take. These guys definitely need to approach this race with that longevity mentality because that right there could have collected 6 or 7 cars easily. And you got to know when to battle and when to just let things go. There's really no reason for Fike to stay in the throttle there. He's not going to lose any ground by just lifting, just burp the throttle. But also for Wunsch, he's moving up the racetrack. He knows that 65 has that higher line through 1 and 2. So he's going to come out of that corner with a lot more speed and be right on your back bumper regardless. So I think it's just a miscalculation both ways.
Yeah, Bradley, and I'm trying to think, too, didn't Fike get caught up in the original caution as well? So, I mean, you know, he's trying to definitely, you know, get back up to the front.
Yeah.
And, yeah, for sure. So, something we haven't done in a while is take a break on the V-Speed Network. We will do that. We'll come back to the conclusion of Stage 1 in the Walker's Ridge 180. Stay with us. We're back from Auto Club in just a moment.
To Josh Adams.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
The green flag flies back to racing here at the Walker's Ridge 180 Auto Club Speedway. We're trying to end stage 1. The leaders are side by side as they work in turn 1 and 2, Bradley.
Dobbs snags the lead away from the 29 of Tay McDonald, who has led every single lap, but it is a cluster of cars back here for around the 8th position. Dive to the inside for the 33. That's Christian Rodrigo, and we're going 3 wide in the 3 and 4.
Number 90 doesn't sound like a lot, but this is a big, big racetrack. 180 miles is right now. They work their way through 3 and 4. Here they come back to the tri-oval. Dobbs now gets the opportunity to lead, and we got trouble. Car spinning right into the corner. Clapper gets collected. You're on board with one of the other cars, the 33, into the fence. And we got trouble on the track, and this will end stage 1 under yellow.
That's going to do it for stage 1. Clapper goes around. He doesn't look happy.
There is Justin Clapper. That is Christian Ruckelberger as well. And there's Justin Clapper on camera. The Mania Club entry. Champions of Hope Foundation number 63 crashed here just on the front straightaway, closing in on the final laps of stage number 1 here at Auto Club. Man. Unbelievable. I'm just, wow. Here's a look at a replay of it again. Oh boy, man, oh man, look at this. Clapper, I think, wanted to commit to the inside, honestly, Bradley, and then when he did, he had nowhere to go. Like, literally, look at this move. They're getting into him, and then all of a sudden, wow.
Well, and this could go back. Brent Allen, and I think that was the 93 machine.
Right.
They're fighting for real estate in front of them. And Brent Allen,
man, oh man,
I mean,
look at that again.
A little bit.
Into the outside wall, another traffic jam, if you will. Justin Clapper and other cars involved in this accident. Wow. And we go back under the yellow flag here. I mean, it has been it's been yellow flag city in this opening stage, no doubt. I mean, what have we had? 5 cautions now in the first stage of the race? That's crazy. 5 cautions in the first 27 laps. There it is. 1 lead change. That's been it.
It was Alan Dobbs that got the stage win. I didn't have the opportunity to bring up those points as we had those stage winning points. But we had a few drivers that did flip that stage. They came down about 4 laps ago, like Davis Greenwell, Ethan Wisnowski, Jason Blaney. So this does flip the stage. Like I mentioned, some of these guys want to play outside that top 10 and gain track position. However, we have a lot of cars here tonight that are already having problems. You've got Jared Ziegler and Chris Otto, who have completely exited the session. You've got Quentin Stewart, who is 19 laps down. We're only 27 laps into this race. Austin Thomas, Jesse Gordon, Justin Clapper now a lap down. Galen Wunsch, John Walker getting damage repaired. Rodrigo, Philbrick, Trego, and Leahy, all with damage to 50 at lap 1. Tristan Pena, he's still getting damage repaired. He's down pit road right now.
Yeah, it feels like, if you will, process of elimination again, right? I mean, here is all of this going on, as we mentioned, and heartbreak for guys like Clapper, and look at Tay McDonald, man. He has still been consistent up in front. Looking at some of the comments in the chat box, looking like an ARCA race. Come on, guys, pull it together. Good job, Tay McDonald. You got this. You got this, Graham. Thank you, Linda.
I thought maybe I thought I had official word here that the 13 might have got an EOL on that, but I could be wrong. I know he had dropped back a little bit. He has a black flag right now. I'm not sure if he got that for speeding, but he's lining back up here. So
could that be a penalty for the pits, maybe? For a pit penalty, maybe?
Possibly.
So we'll definitely have to find out and see what the verdict is on that, no doubt. So, well, nonetheless, the lights are off on the pace car. We will try to go back to racing here because we still have a long way to go in this one here tonight. Man, oh man, it has been yellow flag after yellow flag, it seems. We have worked the end of stage one. We're going into the final stage. This will be the push to the checkered flag. We still have, what, like 62 laps to go, I believe? 62 remaining as the field will get ready to make their way back to the restart zone in the Walker's Ridge Plantation restart zone for the Walker's Ridge 180. And look at them spinning tires a little bit on that outside, trying to clean the wheels. We go back to green. Man, I just want to see a 5-10 lap green flag run. Can we at least see that, Bradley, as we go back to green?
Yeah, I mean, I would too. I think a lot of this product of the car and the multi-group racing, some of these guys have been rather aggressive, excessively aggressive, and it's easy to do here, especially on fresh tires, and that's pretty much all we've had since the beginning of this race. Change for the race lead.
Now, you're exactly right, man. There's got to be a little bit more patience, as you mentioned. Look at Jason Blaney in that 22. Remember, he got involved in an accident earlier. He has rallied and worked his way right back into this battle again, working down off the corner here, off of turn number 4. So we are in the second stage of the race, and now Blaney's car. Here he comes, a man that has had an up and down season so far. Blaney now, the 22 up in front around Greenwell, Dobbs, Pickelsheimer, and Nelson, your new top 5. And we are now single file, but not for long. Here we go, breaking out of line again on the Precision Bacon and Auto Club in 3.
This is back with Nathan Line in the 38. He got a little chip on the wall. Ethan Wisnowski in the middle. These are some of the cars that kind of short pit that stage break and now finding their way to the top 10. Wisnowski back to 11th now, stuck in the middle as one of the One and Goons machines. And the 21 of Bradley Wilson goes by on the outside.
Working down the back stretch, man. The 22 now up in the lead. He gets around Alan Dobbs. Remember, Alan Dobbs, the points leader, came in with a 3-point lead over Bradley Wilson coming into tonight's event now. As right now, Wilson back to 8th. Here comes the field working through 3 and 4. Watch the 21 car now. There's Wilson. Bradley Wilson. He now sets his sights on the ally entry and the other car to his inside. That's the battle now going on between Nelson and McDonald. That goes on as we work for a battle for the lead. Blaney and Dobbs going at it again out of turn 2.
Stage winner Alan Dobbs gets back to the lead that quickly already. That's a quick move there for the 54. I think he restarted somewhere around the 7th, 8th position here from the stage break. And already he's picked up those spots. He'll take over on lap 32.
To make that move down to the inside, back on the outside, through the block on them, and they still stay in it right now. Here we come, back to the line. There's your top 4, and then there's a gaggle of traffic right there behind them on the inside, led by McDonald, Turner, Wilson, Nelson, Dowdy, Giglio. We haven't mentioned Blake Giglio, the Daytona winner. He's in that scramble now as they thunder down the back stretch out of 2.
31 of Waylon Turner started back in 36th position. Look how many spots he's gained already, Wesley.
Yeah, me and Push the Edge are in agreement. Come on, boys. Green flag laps. Let's go. And so far, they have met to that standard right now. Working lap number 32 of 90. Remember, halfway will be lap 45, and that will be 90 miles of the race completed here in the Walker's Ridge 180. Right now, there is still great racing heading your way into turn number 1.
Side by side with Amos Greenwell, that's second position. 22 of Blaney is going to go by. Here comes the 9 of Pickelsheimer. Again, back to the 9. We talked about his probation and how he got beat up these last 2 weeks. I think right now Dylan Pickelsheimer has shown that he has found the balance. I really believe that. After that race at Charlotte, he was trying his best not to get into anybody, but now I think he's thinking, okay, I can drive this car just as fast as everybody else. Now it's time to capitalize. He's hit the top 3 for most of the day.
Yeah, I remember last week 2 or 3 times we were chanting, "Let's free Andy, let's free Andy." I know that we have nothing to do with the board of the QSR officials, but man, it just seemed like Picklesheimer just couldn't even get out of his own way last week. And I say that in no disrespect. What I mean by that is he was running his own race and things happened around him that weren't even of his doing. It was just like, man, every caution, the 9 in some shape or form was involved in it. And there's no way on video replay you can say Picklesheimer was at fault. And I said, man, this guy's been through enough already. We got one in the grass, just poked it up into view down below the bottom of the retaining wall. I'm not sure what car that was. That's the number 8 machine of Austin Dowdy. We'll try to go back to a replay from the truck here and show you on V-Speed what happened to Austin Dowdy. But we do stay under the green flag here also as we're 10 laps to halfway, Bradley. Here's a replay. He's in the grass.
Yeah, I don't know if he got loose or if someone helped him down there, but watch right here off of turn 4. I think he's going to brush this wall and overcorrects it. I think it broke the right front. He blinked out there for a second and then reappeared in the grass.
There it is, man. A little inking, blinking nod. And there he pops back up. And then all of a sudden, as we were working back into our view, there he poked around the wall in turn 1. By the way, it sounds like people are concerned about the 29 of Tay McDonald as well. They're saying that he might be having some inking, blinking nod issues, if you will. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but there's a new update on the iRacing simulator where if you're constantly having lagging issues, if it continues constantly, they'll give you a warning, but then if it continues, they'll boot you from the server. I've noticed on some other leagues that I've worked with, Bradley, where it's like iRacing's not playing no more with this lagging or blinking and causing hindrance, if you will, for other people's races. So I got to wonder if he's been posted yet. But right now, he constantly stays into that top 10. He's in 6th on the racetrack.
Unfortunately for leagues, it's a matter of if they want to turn that on or not.
Got you. Okay.
And officials, though, it's not an option. If you're going into a session and you're having a connection issue, iRacing will black flag you. You will come down pit road and you will serve a penalty. And they can even hold you if that doesn't clear up. So it's a matter of, hey, get your internet together. If you're going to be a part of this service, everyone else out here has to be on a level playing field. You got to make it fair for everybody. And I remember back in the day before, blinking was a thing. If guys would actually have a connection issue, they would disappear into the outside wall and reappear inside of your car and destroy you. So I'm glad that iRacing's taken on upon themselves to fix that.
Oh. And you know what? Even we can have technical issues. You know what? Just like last week, I was in a press box way up in the air at Greensboro at Jameson Stadium at Joe Franks Field, and we had a little hiccups and some technical issues. Obviously, we made the best work the way we could. But with that being said, I mean, that happens. I get it. A lot of things that people don't realize, too, as we continue looking at this battle, heading towards halfway. There's your top 4. Right there with Dobbs, Blaney, Picklesheimer, and Wilson. The weather can cause effects with handling, with server issues. It could be too sunny and too hot, and the humidity causes internet issues. It could be stormy and the cloud cover or lightning causes issues. It could be raining and that causes issues. So it's kind of a damned if you do and damned if you don't. People don't realize that, but man, the weather, the humidity, the heat, the cold, the conditions have a lot to do with how your internet in general acts as well. Yeah.
I can tell you this, the weather here today has affected the handling of these race cars. 67 degrees, the track temperature 83. It's overcast right now. But the sun poked out a few times, and it seems like the track's heated up about 5 degrees from practice.
Segue there, man. Obviously, I was talking about real-life weather conditions, but yeah, they have the iRacing track conditions too. And Obviously these overcast conditions, we talk about it because it could be clear and it could be cloudy, and then all of a sudden it gets sunny and it tightens the car up, or it frees the car, makes it loose, depending on what kind of setup these guys are using. However, I will give them big kudos. We're heading to the cross flags of this race now, and obviously, Bradley, we have this long green flag run. Let's go back to eye on the drivers, eye on the track. Hey, buddy, wake up! Okay, I don't think but it's just the camera angle. Yeah. This is Pennington in the 40 car. He's right now in the top 20 as we come to halfway.
Pennington started back in the 29th position, up 9 spots. I actually saw Pennington earlier. He was running up around the 13th position, so he's fallen back a little bit here. But the 40 car definitely trying to find his groove, maybe learning this racetrack a little bit low through 1 and 2. But nonetheless, it looks like he's on the edge of Burlington and Fike for a couple more spots.
Guy's got the Mr. Clean bald head. He's got the, what's going on, brother? What's happening, brother?
Yeah.
He's got the handlebar mustache like the late Hulk Hogan, right? Fred Hulkamania Pennington there right now. No, I'm just kidding. But Fred Pennington got a good run going for him, and he sits in the top 20, and obviously, you know what? I think that's comfortable right now where you're at, right? I mean, there's still a long way of this race left to go. We're closing in on halfway, 90 miles completed, 90 miles to go. And, well, I'll tell you what, Alan Dobbs getting up in front. He finally got around. He led the field to the green from the pole. He's carrying the momentum. I mean, the guy's leading by the points. He won last week at Charlotte. This guy's going to try to go for 2 in a row, and he's leading again here at halfway. I mean, it looks like Dobbs is going to be the guy to watch, but look out behind you, because here comes a guy that started 27th, Blake Giglio, the Daytona winner, now making his moves on the inside of Likens number 3. There's the Oreo, by the way. Oreo Rich throwback of when Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove that car back in the day, and obviously he is trying to get into the top 5 now.
I was just watching. Giglio is just continuing to pace a little bit faster than the rest of this field. He is about a tenth or 2 faster than your leader, a tenth or 2 faster by the cars he just got around. And, I mean, that's difficult to do without draft.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, we're halfway home, 45 laps completed, 90 miles down, 45 laps to go, 90 miles remaining here in the events tonight for the Walker's Ridge 180. It is Alan Dobbs, the leader, followed by Bradley Wilson, second. There's Mr. Blaney, third. Pickelsheimer, fourth. Giglio, fifth. Likens, McDonald, Greenwell, Line, and McCombs. Your top 10 as here comes the battle for the lead. Working now for the start of the second half off turn 4.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity here on V-Speed, and I think you know where I'm going with this, Wesley. As we hear the sights and sounds of a racetrack that echoes, we have problems back here with Johnny DePasquale.
Hold that thought. Oh, come on, Johnny D. Get back going. There he goes. DePasquale, I think he's back up to speed. All right. Take 2. Don't mess it up. Here's a replay, though, what happened to Johnny DePasquale. Watch it.
He chases it down the racetrack. I know you were pretty excited about something here, but I didn't see anything.
I was excited about cranking it up. I didn't know Johnny DePasquale had done anything.
Yeah, I maybe a connection issue with my side of things. All right, let's try it one more time. Why not? Sights and sounds here from Auto Club. Let's go ahead and crank it up with Mustard Seed Racing.
Our luck will be across the back of the tank today. Here they come, working now out of turn number 3 and 4, and you are watching an amazing battle going on for the lead. By the way, that Crank It Up presented by Mustard Seed Racing. Again, for all of your vehicles performance needs, it is again presented by MSR Performance. And while that goes on, Bradley Cooper, we have got a phenomenal battle side by side for the lead going on the last 3 laps, and they're not done yet between Wilson and Dobbs off 2.
Wilson's getting the run on the entry of these corners, but like Auto Club, the outside's a little bit faster off the exit. That's allowed Dobbs to keep it up there and hang with him down the front straightaway. Wilson probably won't clear on this bottom line. He's going to have to get a really good run on the outside and take it to the bottom as they side draft across the line. Dobbs by 4 1/1000ths of a second.
Little contact there again as they were side by side, stride for stride up the hill. Mano-y swine now into the inside. Wilson's car pulls up in front. Wanted Goons as Dobbs is in trouble. Dobbs spins. Dobbs lost it off the exit of turn 2. Car gets wicked loose and he goes around. 360, gets back into gas, but the caution's out. 51 of 90 laps, closing in on 40 laps to go. Caution out after a long green flag run of the race so far, and it is the battle for Wilson and Dobbs that happened. Look what happened again to put us under yellow flag in turn 2.
I think Dobbs just hits this seam here on the inside. It's going to set the back of this car up. Yep. He didn't even touch the seam.
Just lost it. And then I think he tried to correct, and he overcorrected, and that caused him to spin again and go in that tailspin. You're on board now with Alan Dobbs. Remember, by the way, he won Charlotte last week, and he is the points leader. Watch this again. Well, there it is right there. See it?
Yeah. I think he knew that this car wasn't going to correct. And so throw it to the inside. That's your best option because you have a freight train of cars coming behind you.
Something else to think about as well is we have this long green flag run. Okay, it wasn't a very long green flag run, but it was the most lengthy one we've had so far, as the tires might have been going away. We talked about when we came on the air for the race how abrasive this track is on tires, a cheese grater, if you will, on this 2-mile precision banked oval. And here comes everybody coming down pit lane. There might be a couple of takers in the back, but the front runners are coming down in a kaleidoscope of colors. Here comes the Carnival coming to pit lane for 4 freshies and fuel.
Riley Wilson leading them down. Dylan Picklesheimer, of course, Alan Dobbs, who lost a ton of positions there. Led a lot of laps. He's going to be at the tail end of this field for bringing out that yellow. I think right now, if you're Alan Dobbs, it is recover to the top 10. You only have about 30 laps to go to do it.
Well, sometime before this race comes to an end, we'll pick our V-Speed driver of the day. We'll decide who that will be. I got a feeling right now, no doubt. I've got my eyes on Wilson. I had Alan Dobbs in the running, but obviously the caution coming out here doesn't change anything, right? Alan Dobbs can get back in the gas and get back racing. There's still plenty of time left to go here with under 40 laps to go. There's Kenny Frisbee, started 34th. He's up to 7th. He might be in the running. Good run for him right now. Let's give you a recap of the top 10 after the caution and the pit stops. Bradley Wilson now the new leader. Jason Blaney up to 2nd. Dylan Picklesheimer 3rd. Blake Giglio 4th. Tay McDonald is 5th. Then it's Davis Greenwell, Kenny Frisbee, as we just showed you a moment ago, followed by Alan Dobbs, Wyatt McCombs, and Wyatt Walker. Johnny DePasquale, Al Likens, Mitchell Cosner, Waylon Turner, Ethan Wisnowski. Right now, your top 10. And it looks like there's 25 cars that are still on, well, I'm trying to look at it, 20, 24, 25, 26 cars on the lead lap, it looks like.
25 cars with the 50 of Tristan Pena.
Yep.
Still trying to get that damage repaired. I think he picked up a little bit more from another incident. Left front and right rear.
Now remember, I want to emphasize to our audience, there is no fast repair in this series. So, like, you're looking at his car all damaged. He went on the damaged vehicle policy, just like NASCAR does in real life. If they're damaged, they go on the damage clock. Well, in iRacing, you go on the damaged vehicle policy clock, and it takes time, possibly laps, to fix your car. That's the only thing that you can do as a viable option, Bradley, because if it's too badly damaged, then you park it and you're out of the race. But if you can go on the DVP, take time to fix repairs, take advantage of it, and I think that's exactly what that guy's doing right now. He's points racing, right? He's in the back. He's not got a chance to win the race, but he's just trying to be valuable to get as many points as you need, as we'll get ready, my friend, to come back for a restart here on lap 55.
But I can remember a time where iRacing would let you repair your car. It might take you half an hour, but you can go back out on the racetrack. Now, you get a meatball flag, too much damage, we're done. You're just out of the race. So you have to be careful with that. And if you come down pit road several times trying to repair as we hit that restart zone, Walker Ridge Plantation, green flag with Bradley Wilson back underway at Auto Club.
Back to racing here. Look at the outside lane. Get a great launch on the restart. It is Wilson. He'll jump out in front. He'll ride the outside lane up against the safer barrier, and now he'll pull to the bottom. Throws the block on Blaney. Here comes Giglio to the outside, looking for second off two.
Dirty air for the 22, and Giglio gets the advantage. We're 3 wide behind him. That's the 33 on the outside.
3 wide, maybe 4 wide if they're brave enough. Here comes Likens to the middle lane. He'll go to the top shelf. We do go 3 and 4 wide for just a moment. Holding it, saving it off the safer barrier. He will. That's the battle in the top 10 between Frisbee, Likens, DePasquale, McCombs. They hold it together. They work into turn 1.
Waylon Turner got a little sideways through 3 and 4 that last time. He's pinned down on the bottom again here through the exit of 2. That car looking really squirrely. He's lost about 3 positions, back to 11th, 13th now.
It got chaotic for just a moment, and let's see where this ends up again. It's now Wilson in the top spot. Wilson in the lead. Giglio now back to the number 2 position. There's the interval. Look at that wad of traffic behind them, led by Pickelsheimer. Dobbs is right back in the battle again. Look at this. Dust yourself off and get right back on the high horse. He's in the top 5, looking for Pickelsheimer for 3rd out of 2.
After that spin and losing the lead, Alan Dobbs proving that he has at least the short run car. We had a car down the racetrack. I think that was Nathan Line in the 38 that chased it all the way down the racetrack.
He did. What a great save by Line, and everybody did a great job of checking up as well to give him plenty of room as they work their way back into the corner. There's Nathan Line. You're on board. Eye on the driver to the left, eye on track to the right, and now he has fallen back into the top 20. Was right there amongst the top 10 or so when that happened. Now he is holding on, trying to get back and reset one more time as they work their way back into turn number 2.
On his way back to 25th position, Nathan Line was up in the top 10 at one point in this race, but continuing to hemorrhage some positions. He's got the 5 of Ethan Wisnowski. And again, this goes back to that stage where drivers had kind of flipped that strategy. A few of these guys that got up there, they've stayed up there. As with, Jason Blaney, he's been up in the top 10 since he flipped the stage. Alan Dobbs, of course, has been in and out of the top 10 a few times, but it's been Tim McDonald, Alan Dobbs, and Dylan Pickelsheimer that have been the most consistent since the start of this race, and now Bradley Wilson adding his name to that list.
It is Wilson in the lead now. Blake Giglio back to 2nd. Boy, there is a stack of traffic behind them, especially in the top 10 as they work the back stretch heading to turn 3. A storm is brewing, if you will. You're in the eye of that storm right now with Dobbs, McDonald's, Likens, Blaney, Frisbee. It is Greenwell. It is Fike. All of this going on. Somebody makes one wrong slip and we got trouble as we head to 30 to go at Auto Club. They're in turn 1.
So right now, if I'm Bradley Wilson, I want to see the mistake that maybe Alan Dobbs made earlier. Oh boy, the 18 really cuts off the nose of the 22. He's around.
And there it is. Didn't I tell you I had a feeling that was the eye of the storm?
Yep.
the storm brewing, and there it is. Trouble. Blaney, Frisbee, involved in an accident. 30 laps to go. I think this is our 7th caution of the race, if I'm keeping count correctly. Down the back straightaway, and the yellow flag flies. I told you, keep an eye on that big gaggle of traffic. There was a storm brewing. You were dead on it, showing the eye of the storm. The hurricane was churning, and then the Category 5 broke loose, and you saw what happened. Look at Blaney into Giglio, the Daytona winner. Another car. Oh, I think he might have got a piece of it or not. The black car diving from the outside to the inside. I think he might have got a piece of it, or he might have just dove and missed it. We'll see from another replay, but what a phenomenal job he did not to get collected in this one. Watch it again. Giglio loose, and he lost it in front of Blaney. And there's the 65. Is that Fike? I think it is.
Yeah, avoiding another one.
Wow. That cat had 9 lives. He just used up 2.
There was a moment there where you were talking about the Cat 5. I think it just made landfall right here.
Yeah, man. And look at that, man. Blake Giglio lost it on his own. I was thinking maybe Blaney might have got into him a little bit, but he didn't. Yeah.
That was Frisbee.
Frisbee, I'm sorry. I'm not Giglio. I'm sorry. Frisbee's car. My bad. I was mentioning Frisbee. Frisbee lost it on his own there. Yeah. Watch it again. There's Frisbee.
Have to back this up a little bit different angle here.
Well, I mean, you could just tell. I mean, remember what happened with Dobbs? I mean, in the corner, exiting the corner. This happened on the straightaway. Watch this again here.
It's the bottom of the racetrack. It just sets you up to be loose.
Here, right here. There it is. Bam. Nowhere to go. I mean, you can see the hesitation on the wheel. Yeah, yes, avid race fan. It's Frisbee. I know. I corrected myself. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it's the bottom of this racetrack here, Wesley. If you get down there on that bottom seam, you better be prepared to chase this race car all the way to the outside wall. It will get sideways, and this car even more notorious for that.
Yeah, and Frisbee and those guys battling, Blaney, all those drivers I mentioned right there in that battle that we saw. We're going to take a break, man. We ain't took one in a while. We got under 30 laps to go. We will be back in just a moment. Stay with us. The QSR Simulations Next Gen Cup Series, Season 3, Round 3, the Walker's Ridge 180 nears the home stretch at Virtual Auto Club Speedway.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
to Josh Adams.
Just another one of those awesome leagues that the V-Speed Network shows. And as you saw as we went side by side, the restart that just happened a lap ago, it is Wilson and Likens now fighting for the lead as they work their way up off turn 2 to the back straightaway. And we got contact. Car sideways. Hold on to it. Really, really loose. Davis Greenwell, the 12, somehow drops to the inside of the apron. Will stay green as they work in turn 3, Bradley.
Down on the bottom of the racetrack, we've seen it a repeat amount of times here. It can work, but when you have air right on the back, the 29 had to make an evasive maneuver, and Greenwell able to save it. That might be the first time we've seen somebody actually hold on to it. Waylon Turner in the grass.
Oh, in the grass, baby. Look out. 31 in another car, spinning in the grass, and there is no caution because it's not on the racing surface. Here they come, pulling back up on track. I think we're going to stay green. There was a little hit there. Wow. The 31 and the 10.
Oh, man, how would he stay green here? The 10 was all the way up the racetrack on the surface.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we're still green, right? We're still green. Yeah, we are. Here come the leaders off 4. We're still under the green flag. No caution. Wilson in the lead. Likens dead on his heels as they work back into turn 1. You know, Bradley, the guy that's really impressed me tonight is Dylan Pickelsheimer. This guy is in the top 5. He's been in the top 5 all day. He's been consistent. I know he's on probation after what happened in the dual races in Daytona. But man, this guy has really, got a really good run going for him. And I believe he is the driver of the day. Dylan Pickelsheimer right now started 7th right now in that 3rd position. Dylan Pickelsheimer obviously sitting good in the good spot, trying to continue to build up his resume in this series with the program. And Pickelsheimer right now, he is our driver of the day presented by V-Speed. And I couldn't agree more with that assessment. I know he's 20th in the point standings right now, but man, still a good run going for him. Yeah.
Now, Wyatt McCombs, who took a long time to get back up to speed, has actually lost a lap now. You saw him there on the entry of turn 1. It took him forever to get that car back facing the right direction. So his teammate Bradley Wilson just went by him on the inside a lap ago. I don't know that he's going to let him back by, but he is right now the lucky pass recipient if we get a caution. But right now he needs to hold on to it for all it's worth and not risk losing too much ground. He does have a few other drivers that are a lap down, like Galen Wunsch, that could catch up to him.
Right now, Pickelsheimer to 2nd spot, so he has now got Likens and Dobbs behind him. Remember, Alan Dobbs, the points leader, coming into tonight's event. Look at this great racing going on side by side as you're closing in on 20 laps to go when they work across the stripe. It's go time. Wilson in the lead right now. Look at this other great battle. The 29, the 13, all going at it now as they work their way back into the corner into turn 2.
Previous leader, Tam McDonald, trying to get back up to this top 5. He looked to the inside of Brantley Bryant. Wasn't able to complete that pass. He'll look again here through 3 and 4. Oh,
back
it's a
across
cluster
the
back
line.
here.
Oh, yeah, it is, man. There you go again. Remember what I told you about a storm brewing, and we saw what happened, obviously, with Frisbee. Now, let's see what goes on this go-around. Let's look at this going on back into turn number 1. You're on board now with Austin Dowdy. Remember, earlier, Austin Dowdy had a problem. His car was in the grass. Right now, he currently is sitting in 17th. Boy, this is way behind the leaders, but, oh, we got his car in the wall, trouble. There's smoke inside of the back straightaway. He's out of harm's way. We stay green. That is John Fike. We talked about John Fike being a cat having 9 lives. It finally went out down the back stretch, and his Ford is now going to have some damage as he pulls away. We do still stay under the green flag, though, Bradley, as you got a replay here.
Watch this right here. Run it inside. That was the lap down machine of the 10. I don't know, Blake Giglio, maybe, where Fike just gets loose on his own. I think he gets loose on his own. I don't think Giglio touched him.
Locked up the wheels, locks up the wheels, into the wall. Damage on Fike's car. Crunkled up the front nose. Watch it again there. Yeah, I think he lost it. Look at that. Yep. Wow. Yeah, I don't think any of those guys are to blame. There's a look at it again. There's Giglio. Nope. Well, there was that second hit, but it was after Fike had already lost it, right? So yeah.
I mean, how many times have we seen that out of turns 1 and 2 tonight? I guarantee you 75% of the cautions we've had here today have been out of turns 1 and 2 because of that bottom line.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Avid race fan, truth be known, Bradley corrected you. No, Bradley didn't correct me. I corrected myself. But thank you for playing. Thank you for trying to read my brain. Damian Neeson, that Kubius tackle car, gunning for it. Watch Tony. He's going to find a way up to the front. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, my friend. Thank you for your comment, Damian. And we are narrowing to the home stretch of this one. 15 laps to go. And look at these guys now fighting for any position they can, going from high and low, cutting in front of people. Look at that. I mean, was that Giglio's car?
Yeah.
I mean, that was brave right there, man.
Yeah, just enough room there for Giglio to move on. Then Brent Allen did the same, then double-crossed and came back down. Here's a one of Johnny DePasquale joining the mix as well for the 10th position.
Look at this, down into the corner. Johnny DePasquale now inside as we go. Oh, are we going to try to go 3 wide? Man, I'm craving some Lay's potato chips. There you go. Look at that Lay's, Frito-Lay's on that car. As we got them right there in that battle going on, baby. Look at this.
Well,
it's a scramble, brother. Look at them.
I want to throw out there that Mitchell Costner, notorious for having sponsors that look like sponsors, if you read it closely.
Okay. What does it say? Lazy cheaters? Is that what it says?
I believe so.
Lazy cheaters. So he's using Lay's potato chips and Cheetos, and he's calling them lazy cheaters. I love it. I love it. I love the creativity.
Yep.
Fed up is FedEx. I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
wow.
awesome. DePasquale did it inside. Natalie Costner for 10th. All this going on is we're going to go 3 wide again. If you're brave enough to go to the outside, Costner inside DePasquale. Put the other man as the hot dog flying out of the bun. Here we come, thundering off 4.
Bradley
and
Wilson.
If you're Wilson, you know Dobbs is coming after you again. Remember what happened the last time? They were fighting for the lead, and we saw him go around.
I know Dobbs learned something from that. Can he apply it, though? That bottom line did not work. Once he got past, the handling was gone. Did he use up too much of this car?
Yeah, that's a good question,
He does have a tire advantage.
It's a very good question. We'll see what happens is right now he does. And remember, we still have, 12 laps to go. There is 2 attempts at overtime if need be. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can finish this thing. But if they do get a late race caution, obviously that hangs in the balance. But right now, look at this. Positions gained and lost. Wilson 1 up on Dobbs. Look at Giglio, man, up 21 spots. He might be the highest climber of everybody right now, and he's in the top 5. All this going on. I got to tell you, I'm so impressed with Dylan Picklesheimer. I hope we get to talk to him in post-race. I think it'll be the first time in our broadcast on V-Speed this year that we're able to speak to him. I'd love to get his thoughts of everything since Daytona. obviously, but what a way to turn it around. I know we said he's the V-Speed driver of the day, but he's right there in the hunt. If Wilson and Dobbs slip, Picklesheimer could take this thing. And Likens has got a good car in the Oreo number 3 as well.
Yeah. And you go back to a few of these others, like Tay McDonald, who led some laps here today. He was up front, the 22 of Blaney. I think everybody has a different range of speed here tonight, and it's been Alan Dobbs and Bradley Wilson that have proven they have that longevity. But for Dobbs, I think he's kind of hitting that window right now where tires have evened out. He's got 18 laps on this stint compared to Wilson with 27. He should be able to pass him with no problem, but he used so much of this car to get back to where he is. I think they've leveled off.
Round number 3 here tonight. Obviously, getting ready to wrap it up here at Auto Club. We're closing in on the home stretch. We're 10 laps to go now. Does anybody got anything for Wilson? By the way, remember, Alan Dobbs, points leader, won Charlotte last week. Now Bradley Wilson, second in the points, leading here right now. 3 points behind Alan Dobbs. So not only is this a race for, obviously, the victory, but it's also a race for the championship point standings as Wilson and Dobbs right now going at it. 1 and 2 on the racetrack, 2 and 1 in points right now.
And Dobbs also competing for that most laps led. Wilson has it right now, and if he leads 1 or 2 more laps, I think mathematically it'll be impossible for Dobbs to beat that. Coming across the line here for the 21 to do it again. They're starting to spread out. Dylan Picklesheimer, Al Likens starting to group up. This tandem of cars for 3rd and 4th position. And to find a battle on this racetrack that is the closest here is Nathan Line. We also have Johnny DePasquale making a pass. And offset 3 wide continues back here for the 9th spot.
Ready to settle it here, obviously, in tonight's race this evening. Round number 3 in the Walker's Ridge 180. This race coming to an end. The Walker's Plantation 180. They sponsor the restart zone. They sponsor the race tonight, and right now it is Wilson up in front. Keep an eye, though, as these other guys are starting to climb. They're into the top 10. That is Bryant in the red car, Allen in the yellow and white 13, DePasquale in the blue number 1, and they are showing speed now, with now closing in on 6 to go, coming to the front. Can they catch the leaders?
He's driving it into the corner. This is on board with Brent Allen. Trying to get around Brantley. Bryant has a car to his right-hand side. Gonna look down. Allen on a tear here. Had some problems earlier in this race, but now with the round 5 to go, in a good situation to get top 10 points.
Working now through the tri-oval. Here they come down to the line. Your eye on the driver's eye on the track. Great racing behind them. Again, that is between 8th, 9th, and 10th going at it, or 7th through 10th. Meanwhile, we pick back up the leader, Wilson. He now holds off 0.3 of a second on Alan Dobbs. Dobbs right there in tow, right behind him. Looking, remember, right there is Picklesheimer and Likens. They're fighting for 3rd. As look at Likens trying to make a move on the high side. He cannot clear Dylan Picklesheimer right now as that works on again.
He's going to get the run off of 4, but where do you take it? If he doesn't get to the right-hand side, Picklesheimer's going to shut the door. It doesn't mean much. That entry up high, it just doesn't work. But Picklesheimer running that bottom, he is scrubbing some of this speed, especially in 1 and 2.
We have a countdown clock. There it is. It's 5 to go now. 5 laps to go. And if anybody has anything, you better show it now, as right now it is the battle for 3rd that might be the one that's going to be tested. Picklesheimer and Likens. There's the Van Chevrolet of the 9. Picklesheimer, there's Likens, and there's Al Likens right there, looking on the high side, trying to tune up that guitar and find the rhythm he needs to get around the 9. The 9 locked to the bottom. He's catfishing. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to pull up in front of the 3. And while that goes on, Wilson and Dobbs are pulling away from these guys in 3.
It's almost a full 2 seconds from Picklesheimer up to Dobbs. 1.9 up to the lead as Bradley Wilson stretches that run out to half a second now. Still close, battling back here for the top 10. Johnny DePasquale, man, this cluster of cars has not spread out at all from about Brantley Bryant, Blake Giglio, and even Tay McDonald starting to be part of this party.
Three to go. Look at this again down the back stretch. There goes Tony Burleson. Quiet night for him. He's in the top 15. All this happening now as they work into that third turn. It is Wilson, Dobbs, Picklesheimer, Likens, McDonald, your top 5. Here we go again with another battle heating up in front of Tony Burleson as that goes off of turn number 4 to the line. This is going on between now Dowdy, Trago, Wisnowski, and we got 2 to go. Penultimate lap of the race here at Auto Club on deck.
Wilson has checked out. Unless he makes a mistake, I do not foresee Alan Dobbs catching up to him. It's going to be down to probably the podium finish for third spot with Picklesheimer and Likens. Can Likens get around?
And that's the battle we're watching. Here they come off of turn number 4, this time by. Look at Wilson easily in front. He's opened it up to maybe a second now. 9/10 of a second. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. Final lap here at Auto Club. It is Wilson in the top spot. Back in second, Alan Dobbs. He's got to mount a big charge if he's going to go after him for the final time in turn 2 there.
Likens is going to mount his charge here for this third spot. He's going to have to send it to the inside. Does Picklesheimer block it? He does not. He's going to allow him down there.
He's going to let him go to the inside. Picklesheimer now gives up the lead to Likens. Meanwhile, up ahead, coming off of turn 4, down to the line, checkered flag. Bradley Wilson's gonna win here in the Walker's Plantation 180 at Auto Club. Meanwhile, the race for third was fierce between Picklesheimer and Likens, and it will be the driver of the number 3 to get it done in car 3 of Al Likens. Al Likens holds off Dylan Picklesheimer by 0.018 at the finish between third and fourth. And it's Bradley Wilson, who, by the way, makes the third different winner in 3 races this season, Mr. Bradley Cooper.
That battle off of turn 4 for third position. I mean, we pretty much had it signed there for Bradley Wilson. All he had to do was keep it between that top and bottom line, and he was okay. But if Al Likens sends it into the inside in 3 and 4, gets by Dylan Picklesheimer. Picklesheimer had actually checked up, and Likens hit the outside wall. I thought Picklesheimer would get back just in time, but it's 18 one-thousandths of a second separating them. And congratulations to Bradley Wilson on 39 laps led after starting on the front row. He'd fallen out of the top 10, had to start in the back of the field, and now he is back on track. Second in points, might even take it away for this points lead after this week.
Taking the Walker's Ridge 180 again here tonight at the conclusion of the race at Auto Club. The celebration is on, and there's obviously a proud moment. There you see, obviously, Frisbee. He had problems late in the race, and the KFD Chevrolet still being able to celebrate. Obviously, these guys are all teammates. The Walker's Ridge 180 in the books. And my goodness, it is now 3 different winners in 3 races this year. You add Blake Giglio, Alan Dobbs, and now Bradley Wilson. And you got to wonder now, with Bradley Wilson beating Alan Dobbs, if maybe it's enough to possibly take the points lead before the playoffs begin also, because that was a 3-point swing between those guys with Dobbs leading coming into tonight's event. There they go. Obviously, teammates celebrating, and again, when it's said and done, Bradley Wilson will pick up the victory, Bradley.
Post-race interviews and those final race results. Right after this, we're going to take another quick break here on V-Speed and round up the rest of these drivers. You are watching QSR Simulations Next Generation Series Season 3. More coverage right after this. to Josh Adams.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Well, we welcome you back to coverage of V-Speed, and Auto Club Speedway is in the books at the end of tonight's QSR Simulations Next Gen Cup Series Season 3, Round 3. We are 3 for 3. 3 different winners in 3 races this year, and the Walker's Ridge 180 did not disappoint at the virtual Auto Club Speedway. Wesley Outland, Bradley Cooper alongside, and we go to victory lane as Bradley is standing by with the winner, Mr. Bradley Wilson, who gets it done in the number 21 machine.
Well, I was going to go through those final race results, but let's go ahead and jump down to victory lane. We have the 21. Bradley Wilson, it's Bradley Cooper. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I got to say, tonight's victory, it was 39 laps led, but it was never a give me here tonight. You had a very tough time with the first part of this race. You had to kind of race your way back through the field. There was a flip on the strategy. And with that first stage, it seemed like nobody really had a feel for how this car was going to handle in traffic.
Oh, definitely not. Just we're just gonna feel it out there, starting EOL and drive through. We were just gonna kind of take it slow, kind of feel it out. And making our way through the pack, I was starting to realize that just kind of rolling the bottom might be the way to go. And then, sure as hell, when we had that long green flag run, was able to get up there to Dobbs, almost got by him, but then he got a little loose. So I'm not going to count that as a pass, but I mean, it was a lot of fun racing him up there.
Now, once you checked out to that clean air, how important was that for your run? Seemed like once you got up front there, you could tick off some better lap times.
So it was the main thing that I needed. Even when I was chasing Dobbs, I had to make sure I had a little bit of clean air, which if he went to the bottom, I'd try to go top. Don't like the top, but I felt like it was just kind of necessity at that point.
And then finally, Bradley, I know you got a lot of teammates out here. You got a lot of different characters that you surround yourself with. So you go ahead and shout those drivers out for this performance. I know a lot of them back you up.
The biggest shout out to One Goons and OG Gear for picking me up and sticking through me through my shambles last week. Gotta apologize to a lot of people for that. Shout out Dobbs, Al for the top 3, Brantley, Trevor, Kenny, Blake, Wyatt, and Davis for running with us. And I mean, we have a big pack of guys, but it's always a lot of fun to race with them. You guys for putting it on, and Quentin for kind of running the series.
Bradley Wilson, second in points coming into tonight. Let's going to be even closer if you didn't take that points lead. Congratulations on this victory. Third different winner this season. We look forward to seeing you in 1 week's time.
All right. Thank you, sir.
That's your victory lane celebration with Bradley Wilson. And we move on to the driver runner-up here as Wesley Outland has caught up with your second place finisher, Alan Dobbs.
Yeah, we'll show the results as soon as we finish with post-race interviews. Alan, Charlotte winner, points man coming into tonight, had a little hiccup there around the midway point of the race, but fought your way back to a solid runner-up finish, a good points day. Happy with the outcome here at Auto Club?
Well, it'd be a little happier, one position better, but Bradley did a good job. Feeding me dirty air and not really giving me much of an opportunity to get around him. And I didn't want to do it dirty. I really don't want to cause people to be, pissed off at me. So I tried to pass him clean a couple times, couldn't get it done. Just kind of rode, take home the P2.
I know you had that incident where you spun. What was the mindset after spinning, saying, okay, my car's not badly damaged? What did you do differently, obviously, to climb back through the field and obviously get back up there and try to battle with Wilson and just coming up a spot shy, as you said, for second?
Yeah, just try to take it easy. I spun because I was just pushing real too hard, and I got a little bit of dirty air coming off the corner, and the rear end just kicked out, and I almost had it saved, but then it almost snapped back up the track, so just spin it out in the infield. So glad nobody got caught up in it. It's kind of no harm, no foul. It just hurt me a little bit, but just try to stay patient, working my way back up, because the dirty air was no joke, and off turn 2 would get really, really tight. So you had to be careful.
Well, man, before we let you go, Alan, please thank your sponsors. And I think it's still a good day for you. At least you're going to leave with either the points lead or at least second, and still a good solid run. Nonetheless, a good run for you tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just shout out to my lovely wife, as always, all the guys at Cavalier Racing, the admins here, you guys for the broadcast, everybody watching. Appreciate everybody that checks us out and interacts with what's going on.
There you go. There's Alan Dobbs again. Came into this race after winning Charlotte as the points leader. We'll see how it all shakes up as we move down into the end of the racing events here tonight of where we'll be next week. And obviously he will finish in the number 2 position. Back to the third place finisher. It is Al Likens. He's standing by with V-Speed's Bradley Cooper.
Al Likens, I was shouting you, man. I was trying to get that camera back up there for this post-race interview, but off the final corner on the final lap, you find your way back around Dylan Picklesheimer. It was by 1/10 of a 100th of a second, roughly, that you got back at just a nose length of this car. But you definitely had top 3 speed all day. It even led or got close to leading the lap there at one point. How did this car feel tonight at Auto Club?
It felt really good. It had a lot of speed. It's at the end is a little bit tight, but overall it performed pretty good. I could have probably passed for third earlier, but he's a teammate, so I tried to battle the last turn, last lap. That way we don't crash each other.
Well, you really sent it out there on the inside, and you had been trying the outside for most of that run, but dived to the bottom. You had one last ditch effort and even brushed the wall coming off that corner. I want to go back though to earlier in this race. This car looked like it was a handful, and you were able to dodge a lot that happened at the beginning, but did you yourself feel like the handling maybe improved as the race went on compared to where you have now?
To me, it stayed the same. I mean, the longer we ran, tighter my car got, but it performed pretty good during the whole race. To me, it felt the same at the end. I just didn't have enough speed for the leaders, but I'm happy with the third place finish.
Well, I've talked to you many, many times up here in the V-Speed booth. Al Likens, congratulations on another podium finish. Anybody you have in mind that put the 3 car on this podium tonight?
I'd like to thank my teammates, and I'd like to thank Daryl Johnson. For him, none of this would be possible, and just a big shout out to him.
Congratulations. We'll see you. We're going to stay in California next week, going on to Sonoma. Good luck out there. I know you can perform at that track as well. We'll see you in 1 week's time.
Thank you.
Now, Likens, third place finisher, and we're actually going to extend this coverage a little bit here. We are going to bring up our driver of the day. It's Dylan Picklesheimer in the number 9, and Wesley Outland has caught up with this driver.
Yeah, I've been really wanting to get this guy's thoughts, and obviously I'm looking forward to talking with him. He was the V-Speed driver of the day, started 7th, finished in the top 5. He finishes 4th. And Dylan Picklesheimer, first off, I think it's the first time we've been able to have a conversation with each other. Obviously, your race with Likens, your race trying to win this thing at one time with about 10 to go, you were right there in second place. But I got to say, amongst all of the controversy of whatever happened in the duels at Daytona where you got through on probation, the craziness you went through at Charlotte last week because I said free Dylan, because I think you didn't deserve to be on probation no more. Obviously, that's not our call because we're just a broadcast booth. But, man, I think you've really turned a curve, obviously, in trying to quiet the haters, if you will. You're taking this race and you're taking the season so far, Dylan.
Yeah, man, it was rough during the preseason. It's just a bunch of new guys, and I can be aggressive at times, so I was just ruffling feathers all preseason, and then Daytona duel. I don't know what happened there, man. I was just having a rough night, it felt like. But I appreciate the kind words, man. I just tried to keep it up front. I think I ran in the top 5 all night. I didn't really have anything for the 21 or 54, but we kept it up front and made the tire strategy work with staying out there. And my teammate and I, the 9 Al Likens, we just kind of rode there, and then he got me on the last lap. He was taking care of me, So it was fun, and hopefully we could back it up next week at Sonoma.
Man, I gotta ask you this question because you got through on probation after the duels. Do you feel like it was justified for what the call was, why they did what they did, or do you feel like maybe you was a little aggressive and you had to change your driving style, if you will?
Well, I think in the preseason, I caused I think I caused a wreck each race I did. I think I did 2, and I think they don't know me. I don't really know the league. I don't know these guys that well. So,
Right.
I just don't think I guess they just thought I was a shitty driver or just over aggressive, But I mean, I can be aggressive sometimes and call stuff, but I learned to dial it back the last couple of weeks, and it paid off tonight,
Well, Bud, before we do let you go, sir, please thank your sponsors. And I do want to say congratulations to you on being the V-Speed driver of the day.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I want to first and foremost thank you guys up here in the booth. Y'all do a great job. I'm ready to go back and watch this thing. I want to thank Quentin for just sticking with me and let me figure it out, And then thank all the other admins in the league. I want to thank my teammates, Al Likens, Jeremiah Nelson, Fred Pennington. I want to thank Waylon Turner for that beautiful van scheme they got me running, and it's beautiful, man. And then I also want to thank my wife. Can't forget her, and you can't forget your mom. So thanks, Mom, for making me, and love y'all. So thanks, boys. That was fun. I appreciate y'all pulling me up here. Let me get the driver of the day, man. I appreciate it.
Well, Dylan Picklesheimer will finish in the 4th position, top 5 of the race. And by the way, out of his 3rd start with the QSR Simulation Next Gen Cup Series here for Season 3. In overall, he is now his first top 5 and his first top 10 as well tonight. So a good moment for the driver of Dylan Picklesheimer. All right, so I got a request, Bradley. Is there any way that we can go back to the last lap of the race and show the leaders some of the people in the chat box are kind of, I guess, furious that we showed the battle between Likens and Picklesheimer, and we didn't show the finish of the leaders at the end between Bradley Wilson and Alan Dobbs. And I will say this in your defense. I know why you stuck with 3rd place and 3rd and 4th, because that was the race for the finish. But obviously, Bradley Wilson did win the race. Can we cue it up and show the last lap, I guess, with those guys in front so they can see what happened, I guess? I know.
Yeah, yeah. Let me go back. Let me just go back about 30 minutes ago here. Give me a second here, guys. I know that it was down. It was a nail biter there between first and second. It was only 8/10, but yeah, we'll go back and take a look.
Yeah,
here.
well, it's avid race fan again. Earlier, he thought he could read my mind and thought you were correcting me, and he's already like, can you show the replay of the finish, actually showing the race winner crossing the line, and so we'll cue it up for you, avid race fan, and anybody else that was asking. I know somebody said I thought the 3 had won and Picklesheimer was second. I'm so confused. Well, I think the truth was we were showing you the best battle on the racetrack was for the 3rd and 4th position between Likens and Picklesheimer, because honestly, I mean, Wilson and Dobbs were single file, and then once we go back and show you the finish of the race up in front, you'll know that they were gone. Like there was nobody was catching these guys.
So much traveling back in time here to get this up on the screen. So iRacing sometimes doesn't like those session events to go back that far. So I'm trying to get this final lap here, and it might take me just a moment here to get this final lap. Let's try it one more time.
Here we go.
Let's see if we can get it to work. There we go.
There you go. Okay. Let's go to the leaders. There it is. There they are, down the back straightaway, Bradley. And obviously, as we said, my friend, I know why you kept showing 3rd and 4th, because that's where the best race on the track was. But here comes Bradley Wilson in his own world. Alan Dobbs nowhere in sight. Here they come off turn 4. And obviously, you see the side-by-side battle there between the orange and the blue car coming to the checkers. But for those who asked, there it is. Bradley Wilson easily over Alan Dobbs for the victory there, Bradley. 3rd win, different winner of the year. There you go.
I think that was Blake Giglio in the 16 back there that had a really close battle. We can actually go back and take a look at that as well.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, those two kept it on.
Wow, Blake Giglio, and I believe, is it Cosner, I think it is? No, the red car. Yeah.
This is actually the white flag right here. Those two leaned on each other a lot. Those are teammates right there. So it was actually
hell, we didn't
Wilson.
even see this. We didn't even see any of this. Yeah,
the 400ths of a second here that these two beat on each other's doors.
Your friends, Giglio in the wall.
Yeah.
We didn't even see that.
Yep.
We didn't even see it. So, okay, glad you went back and hit rewind. So, oh, wow. There you go. Well, you ask, you shall receive. Here's a look at it again. You said these are teammates fighting?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, my goodness.
So.
I don't think they're going to be chatting it up here for at least a little bit, or unless and they might actually have big smiles on their faces and be like, man, that was freaking awesome. Are you kidding me? I'm not lifting. That's Bryant and Giglio, by the way. And Blake Giglio in the fence, and the dog. Yeah, there goes the 52. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad we hit rewind.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, stay tuned.
Can we show the results now? Can we show the results? We'll show the results here.
I think we put this up on the screen. There's Bradley Wilson with his first victory of the season. Alan Dobbs, your points leader, coming into tonight. Starting from the pole, he's going to get runner-up. Al Likens, Dylan Picklesheimer, we had a word with those drivers. Then it was Tay McDonald. And Wesley, we saw Tay McDonald lead a lot of laps here tonight. Then a side-by-side battle just behind Nat for the 6th position. Those guys fighting like it was a podium. 6th spot to Brantley Bryant. Brent Allen will finish in 7th. Blake Giglio falls back a spot and loses back to 8th. Mitchell Costner in the 92. The Lazy Cheaters, I think, was on that machine.
I love it. Yes, I love it. And fed up. Lazy Cheaters, fed up entry.
And Johnny D. Pasquale rounding out your top 10 tonight.
And by the way, Ken TV chimes in and he says they're teammates. The one in Goon Ford and the one in Goon Chevy. So there's 2 different race teams and they were racing with each other. Yeah, man, I get it now. So it's Dowdy will finish in the 11th spot in the 8th. Trego 12th. Wisnowski, I think it's Ethan Wisnowski 13th. Greenwell in the top 15 with Nelson in the Ally entry. Tony Burleson, another solid top 20. Then it's Walker, Pennington, Walker, and Line finishing in the top 20 here at Auto Club.
Kenny Frisbee in the 18. He had problems there past the halfway point. The 18 car recovers back to 21st position. John Fike, I think, was involved in almost everything here tonight. The 65 is going to get 22nd. Jason Blaney, he led a few laps here, but the flip on the strategy with the tire call, he falls back to 23rd. Tristan Pena never had a shot here tonight to show what he could do. He's going to finish in 24th with some damage. Waylon Turner, he went through the grass there. The green stayed out in the 25th position for him. Wyatt McCombs, he did have a caution come out, but the 10 car also involved in something with that 31. Galen Wunsch in 27th position. He will be the last, actually a first car or second car lap down. Ryan Philbrick, 28th. Justin Clapper, early exit, 57 laps down. And then it's Christian Rodrigo, 63 laps down in 30th.
Yeah, rest of the finishing order will find Mr. Aaron in the 83 in the 31st position. Chase Leahy has got to find his footing with this series. Obviously, everybody knows the credentials that Chance Leahy has in his iRacing endeavors, and right now he is just struggling. Another bad race, 32nd. Gordon, 33rd. Thomas, we saw what happened to him up in the front. Got a hard shot into the wall because of dirty air. You heard our top three podium mention how dirty the air was on track tonight. He'll finish in 34th. Quentin Stewart back from vacation from the Queen City. A bad night for the QSR 35th for the 99. Ziegler and Otto, the rest of the rundown of the 37 cars that attempted to race here tonight, obviously in the Walker's Ridge or 180. And obviously now we prepare for our first time road racing. There it is. We set our sights now in wine country in Sonoma, California, coming up next week. But obviously, are we going to have a different winner? 4 for 4. Will somebody else break through and get their first repeat win of the year? Obviously, Bradley Cooper, it's always fun covering this series. It's continuing to grow. This race tonight had its share of long green caution runs, but then they had that green flag run to settle it at the end, and obviously very entertaining here tonight at Auto Club. We'll see what happens at virtual Sonoma Raceway next week. Your final take of tonight, sir, before we part ways on V-Speed, sir. Always a pleasure working with you.
Well, I think a lot of these races could be chalked up to preseason, pre-race jitters. I think a lot of these guys just need to dial it back. You're looking at a racetrack that's just going to take you and throw you in the ringer. If you drive like you did here tonight, if you were too impatient, if you were too antsy, and that anxiety of racing next to one another was too much for you here at Auto Club, well, we're going to stay on the West Coast and go to this other California track that still exists, Sonoma Raceway. 11 turns, 12 turns actually. It's going to tear drivers up, so you have to be careful. There's no full course cautions here in the road course racing, the Next Gen Series, so you're going to have localized cautions and that stage break, and it's only going to be admin yellows if they shut the whole field down and re-rack them. If you make a mistake here, you go into the sand trap, you're done for the day. You're going to have to pace yourself, for sure.
You up a little red hot chili peppers, dream a little Californication. We're going to do it next week also, as we did tonight at Auto Club Sonoma. Next week, round 5 at Iowa, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Echo Park Speedway, Atlanta, all on the way. And we'll have it for you with the QSR Simulations Next Gen Cup Series. We would like to thank all of you for viewing tonight's action of the QSR Next Generation Cup Series. Thanks to Quentin Stewart and all the amazing people. If you enjoyed tonight's event, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, the like and share, and follow V-Speed as we have flag-to-flag coverage of the QSR Simulations Next Gen Cup Series all season long, as well as other great iRacing motorsport simulation content. For everyone at the V-Speed Network, for Adam Baker and Bradley Cooper, this is Wesley Outland saying so long from the Auto Club Speedway. Congratulations again to Bradley Wilson, the third different winner in Season 3 of the QSR Simulations Cup Series. We'll see you next week at Wine Country, Virtual Sonoma. Good evening.